Hi guys, we are now on the next part of the video. Obviously, multiplication rules of probability. Let's have more examples. No? So we use multiplication if we are asked the probability of event A and event B. The operative word is and. Okay, so let's have an example here. Kunwari, the experiment is flipping a coin tapos rolling a die. And the first event, kunwari, is getting a head on the coin, tapos the other event is getting a 4 on the die. So the question is, what is the probability of getting a head and getting a 4? Getting a head on the coin, getting a 4 on the die. So since these two events are independent, we simply multiply the individual probabilities ng events. So the probability of getting a head times the probability of getting a 4. So the answer here is 1/2 for the head, right? You have one head out of two possible outcomes when you flip a coin, head or tail kasi yun, times 1/6, which is getting a 4, no? Isang outcome lang naman ang paglabas ng 4 out of 6 possibilities when you roll a die. The answer is 1/12. We got this by simple multiplication. Another example is, what if we are to draw a card from a deck? Single card lang. Tapos, we return it to the deck. And then we get another card. We get the second card. So in this scenario, from the previous video, alam natin na this is these two events. I mean, when you replace something, no, you get it and then you replace it. We know that independent events yon. Okay? So what if the first event is getting a queen and the other event is getting an ace? And then you are asked, ano ang probability of getting a queen and an ace? Alright, so since getting a queen, okay, will not affect getting an ace kasi binalik natin yung card. Okay? Binalik natin yung first card sa deck. Saka tayo bumunot ng second card. So, to answer that, sorry, this should be times, okay? Correct yourselves. Hindi dapat yan plus. This should be times probability of getting a queen and ace. Okay, at the same time is ito, probability of the first event times, hindi plus please, paki-edit, times P of B. So, getting a queen is 4 out of 52. Yan ang probability. Getting an ace is 4 out of 52 also. The product is 16 out of 2,704. You can simplify this further if you want, but pareho lang ang ibig sabihin ng mga yon. Next example ay ito. You get 3 cards from a deck. Okay? So, and every time we get a card, hindi natin ibabalik. So, the first card that you get, di mo ibabalik. The second card, di mo din ibabalik. And you get your third card. So, what's the probability that you will get a club, a spade, and a heart in order? So, since hindi natin ibabalik yung cards every time we get one, meron tayong dependent events. So, the formula there is probability ng first event, i-multiply mo siya sa probability ng second event given na nangyari na yung unang event. And it will continue on kasi in this case, meron tayong 3 events here. So, the probability that you will get a club and spade and heart is, for the first card, okay, we have 13 out of 52 kasi there are 13 clubs, right? But on the second card, since nabunot na natin yung unang card at hindi natin binalik, we will only have 51 options left. But 13 pa rin ang numerator kasi wala namang common between club and spade. We do multiplication kasi sabi dito, and. Okay, puro and ang nakikita natin dyan. For the third card, since hindi natin binalik yung first and second card, we have 50 na lang ka-possible options. Okay? And out of the 50, meron tayong 13 ka heart. Alright? So, the product is 2,197 over 132,600. Of course, pwede mo tong ipaliitin pa if possible, pero kung hindi, edi that's it. So, ito ay example ng dependent events, while these two were examples ng independent events. Another example, same experiment, we get 3 cards from a deck, hindi natin ibabalik without replacement. And what's the probability now that we will get 3 jacks? So getting 3 jacks is similar to getting the probability of a jack and jack and jack, right? So it is. So for the first jack, you have, di ba, 4 lang ang jacks natin, 4 out of 52. But since hindi natin binalik, 51 cards na lang natira. And 3 na lang dito sa numerator because we assumed na nabunot na yung first jack. And then, on the third jack, since hindi natin binalik tong first 2 cards, 50 options na lang. But on the numerator, we assume here na nabunot na yung dalawang jacks out of 4, so dalawa na lang ang natira. You have 2 over 50. The product here is 24 out of 132,600. This is a probability na you will get, 3 jacks. Alright?